Well, the Mammoth Lakes Police Department on Tuesday arrested a suspect in the recent burglary of the Vons Pharmacy in the Minaret Mall. According to a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department, after following up on leads, Mammoth Lakes Police Department Detective Doug Hornbeck and Officer Andy Lair served a search warrant at St. Moritz Condos, number 13. They recovered evidence at that residence and arrested Christopher James Powell, age 21, of Mammoth Lakes. The press release states that Powell was a Vons employee and had been working as a cashier in the satellite store that included the pharmacy. Press release notes that Monet agents assisted in the investigation and service of the search warrant. They also arrested Randy Rojas, age 27, of Mammoth Lakes, at the same residence. Now, Powell was booked into the Mono County Jail in Bridgeport. His charges are burglary, destroying or concealing evidence, and an outstanding warrant from San Bernardino. He is currently being held at the Mono County Jail, and his bail has been set at $20,000. Rojas was released on a citation for destroying or concealing evidence, possession of a controlled substance, paraphernalia, and possession of marijuana. Now, Mammoth Lakes Police Chief Dan Watson said prescription drug abuse has become an epidemic, and statistics show that approximately 1/3 of those affected are juveniles between the ages of 12 and 17. The growth in prescription drug use, according to Watson, has resulted in a large increase in overdose deaths nationwide. Now, the abuse of prescription pain pills has increased heroin abuse because it is cheaper than buying pills, according to that press release. Many prescription drugs are diverted into the streets via thefts from pharmacies. Prescription drugs, especially painkillers, can be just as addicting as heroin, but are generally more expensive on the illegal market. So those who have become addicted to prescription drugs frequently begin using heroin, according to that press release. Mammoth Lakes Police Department, along with the allied law enforcement agencies and Monet, will continue to work aggressively to combat the illegal diversion of prescription drugs into our communities. And again, that's a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this following report. Next Tuesday, Mammoth Mountain CEO Rusty Gregory will present the June Mountain Ski Area Operating and Marketing Plan. That'll be at a public meeting of the June Lake Citizens Advisory Committee. Now, community members say they are eager to hear details. Meanwhile, Abigail Ross, Abby at June Mountain, said around 6 inches of snow now sits on the slopes at June after that snowstorm. Now, earlier this month, Mammoth Mountain Administrative Officer Ron Cohen had said the company purchased new computers and new communication equipment for June Mountain and had gone to work on lifts and runs to get them ready for testing and certification prior to the reopening of the mountain this season. Cohen said the total investment in the past year adds up to around $1 million. Officials had said June Mountain will reopen December 14th, weather permitting. Cohen had said that this season, Mammoth Mountain would take a, quote, much stronger approach to marketing both ski areas, end quote. He said new Chief Marketing Officer Eric Forcell has June Mountain on his short list of priorities. Now, ski area officials talk about an emphasis on family friendliness at June Mountain. Abigail Ross pointed to the new policy of kids 12 and under skiing free and other special deals. Rusty Gregory will talk details at that community meeting Tuesday, November 5th, 7 p.m. at the community center. And the day after that meeting, Gregory and CAO Ron Cohen will sit down with Mammoth Mayor Rick Wood, Councilwoman Joe Bacon, and Town Manager Dan Holler for a meeting of the Ski Area Town Mammoth Liaison Committee. On their agenda, economic development, zoning code update, fee review, T-bid implementation, and other items. Now, this meeting will be taking place Wednesday, November 6th, and that will be from 2:30 in the afternoon until 4:30 in the town's main conference room. Well, Bennett Kessler also filed this story. Bishop City Attorney Peter Tracy will retire from his advisory role to Bishop, and that will occur next April. The City Council decided Monday to issue a request for proposals as they search for a new legal counsel. Now, Tracy has officially been called the interim city attorney for Bishop because when he retired from his similar position with the town of Mammoth Lakes, the Public Employees Retirement System would not allow him back in their system. Bishop City Administrator Keith Caldwell said Tracy is already a retiree of PERS and cannot be the city attorney. So the council agreed to a contract that names Tracy as interim city attorney with a definite retirement date of next April. Caldwell said the council would talk about their alternatives to replace Tracy when they spoke in closed session Monday night. Tuesday, Caldwell said it was decided to issue a request for proposals from law firms around the state and locally. Now, Caldwell said that out of the area firm could also decide to hire a local attorney as part of their contract. Caldwell said that the council might also choose to select a local attorney to represent them. When Tracy left the town of Mammoth Lakes, the town council did opt to hire an out-of-town firm, Best & Krieger. Partner in the firm, Andy Morris, represents Mammoth. Morris also represents the city of Jackson, town of Truckee, and other special districts around the state of California. Well, the Inyo supervisors recently sent in comments of concern for environmental impacts from the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power's proposed solar project, and now everyone can continue to comment through November 4th as DWP extended its comment deadline. Bennett Kessler filed this story. It is DWP that will complete an environmental impact report on the Southern Owens Valley Solar Ranch project planned for about 1,200 acres southeast of Independence across from the Manzanar National Historic Site and east of the Owens River. LADWP plans to build the 1 million solar paneled 200 megawatt project next year. Now, Inyo County comments compiled by the Planning Department point to the potential dust pollution, visual impacts, lack of reclamation plan, failure to consider the long-term water agreement regarding 2 new wells, failure to comply with the county general plan, housing impacts, and impacts to the Lower Owens River project. County also raises concern that if the solar project impacts animal and bird habitat, other agencies may require that DWP buy more land to offset the habitat destruction. The county points out that DWP already owns 98% of private land and has continued to buy up more. Inyo officials say this erodes the county tax base and related services. Now, the county's comments are online at inyoplanning.org. The draft EIR is available at all Inyo libraries and the DWP office in Bishop, and you can see it online at ladwp.com. You can email your comments to naja.parker@ladwp.com. We'll be back with more news.